herself comfortable on the seat, positioning her feet on the pedals on either side of the steering column. She had read books and articles about the advances of the automobile, but the pages hadn't come close to conveying the power that came coursing through the floorboard. It was almost as heady a feeling as having a spirited horse under her. Almost. Justin slid closer, casting her a sideways look she couldn't read, making fear knot in her chest. She'd been waiting months for him to return, had begun to worry he never would, that his family would succeed in keeping him forever in the Cotswolds of England, and he would forget his promises to investigate the seal on the old yellowed envelope she had pressed to his palm 5 months ago. She cleared her throat. "Did you learn anything? In England, I mean?" Justin adjusted the position of her hands on the wheel. "Of course I did. Literature and mathematics. Justin Wilden. Philosophy and science." He ducked his head as if to make sure her feet were where they ought to be, or to avoid her gaze. "I came across the papers of a German not long ago, fellow by the name of Albert Einstein, a physics professor. Have you read him? He has interesting theories." "Lord Harlow." She narrowed her eyes at him, but he still didn't look up. "About Newtonian physics and something called special relativity, which I know you'd find interesting." He straightened, focus still on her feet. "There are pedals for clutch, brake, and accelerator. Throttle is on the steering column. You must press upon brake and clutch to begin." "I know." She pushed them without taking her eyes off his strong profile. "And you know well what I mean." He finally swung his face her way again, jaw set. "We can either talk about that, or you can learn to drive. Choose one, for I don't intend to open such a conversation with you behind the wheel of my very new, very expensive automobile." "Bad as all that, is it?" She prayed again she could live with the answers she'd asked him to find. For 8 years now, she had known only who she wasn't. Not the illegitimate daughter of opera star Colette Sabatini and Prince Louis Grimaldi, heir to the throne of Monaco. Not the petite fille of the reigning Prince Albert, as his wife, Prince Alice, had shouted for all the palace to hear before she left him. So if not a daughter or granddaughter to the only family she knew, then who? "Release the handbrake first of all, there by the wheel on your right." Drawing in a long breath, she gripped the wooden handle and moved it as she had seen their drivers do, then checked for carriages or cars in the street. Seeing none, she mimicked the pedal work she had observed, moving her foot from the brake and aiming it at the accelerator. "Brook!" "Quoi?" She jammed her foot back on the brake. Justin ran a hand over his face. "Attends! Please wait for my instruction." Another grin tickled her lips and pushed away the phantoms of the unknown. "When have I ever awaited instruction? But did I not let my first arrow fly with admirable accuracy? Am I not a better shot with a pistol than you? Can I not outfence any young lord?" At last a breath of laughter relaxed his shoulders. Then he caught her gaze and held it, his eyes as deep as the ocean. "You think I don't know the thoughts rampaging through your mind, but I assure you, you've nothing to worry about. The news I bring is good." He gave her fingers a reassuring squeeze. "But it will change everything. You shouldn't try to digest it when behind the wheel of a car." She nodded and pushed the questions aside, for now. "Now I check the street."